Hi, it's Uncle Larry. Today we're talking about hyperbole, a commonly used figure of speech that involves exaggerating for emphasis or effect, not to be taken literally. It intensifies emotions. It can be found in humor, excitement, times of distress, and other settings. And it's great fun. Without it, comedy wouldn't even exist. However, when hyperbole is misused, it can become a problem. In the context of serious discussions or debates, exaggerations may discredit valid points, leading to skepticism and a loss of credibility for those abusing hyperbole. This self-defeating practice might be driven by the desire to make ideas stand out, but it risks obscuring their true value. While the use of hyperbole can add flair and impact, it becomes detrimental when used to manipulate perceptions or to spread falsehoods. In such cases, hyperbole can be akin to lying as it distorts reality for deceptive purposes. But it's good to remember, hyperbole is used heavily in comedy, drama, entertainment, the arts, politics, advertising, other forms of rhetoric, and in some cases it might have a negative connotation, but most of the time it actually doesn't. Hyperbole only becomes a problem when it is deployed as a weapon to misrepresent an idea, to manipulate, or to lie about another person or institution. It is here that it can slip into outright falsehood. Some might ask, isn't using hyperbole the same as using a metaphor? No, although they are related. Hyperbole always uses exaggeration, while metaphors occasionally do. Here's a metaphor. His words were music to my ears. It's a metaphor. The speaker compares words to music. In contrast, a hyperbolic version of the same idea would be, those words are the greatest things anyone on this earth has ever uttered. Now that's hyperbole. As language specialist Claudia Claridge sees it, both metaphor and hyperbole are similar to lying in saying something that is false, strictly speaking, and thus have deceptive potential. It depends on the approach taken. Now, two examples from opposing sides of the political spectrum might help clear up the difference, maybe illustrate the misuse of hyperbole in contemporary discussions too. So let me start with the political left. Number one, on the left. In the context of climate change, alarmist rhetoric often exaggerates the imminent threat to our future. Such hyperbole makes people suspicious. It damages credibility. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change does not say that we are going extinct. You won't find that anywhere. So apocalyptic rhetoric can actually impede genuine solutions to a real problem. There's no need to torque the data on climate change with hyperbole. It will just backfire. Number two, similarly, on the political right this time. Conspiracy theories about globalism are sometimes distorted through hyperbole via exaggerated claims about an emerging left-wing world government, a dictatorship. It drowns out real issues faced by everyday people, but whether it comes from the far left or the far right, beware of hyperbole, of exaggerated messaging, which calls for the tearing down of our democratic institutions. Such hyperbole accomplishes nothing except to open the door to authoritarian alternatives because each side says the current system is supposedly rigged. I want to say it again. Hyperbole isn't inherently bad. Depending upon the subject at hand, it can actually be fun if it isn't used to spread falsehood. That's my message. And we have to accept the fact that people who go overboard with hyperbole, you can probably think of somebody like that, they're not going to stop despite the damage to their own reputations. You just got to feel sad for them. When advocating for a cause or dealing with a serious subject, it's good to state your viewpoint clearly and to avoid unnecessary embellishments. Backing up the case you're trying to make with solid evidence and being truthful are crucial to maintaining credibility and trust. We need to work on ourselves to avoid the rhetorical traps which frustrate us about others. So, if you're passionate about a cause or a perspective, and you feel the urge to go overboard in your description because you're so passionate, stop yourself and ask, am I helping or hindering my cause right now? It's probably better to state your case as calmly and clearly as you can. Lower the temperature. Be creative. Language is fun, but avoid embroidering your point of view unnecessarily with hyperbole. It will just make others wary of you and will dilute your point. And don't lie for some imagined greater good. Support your claims with verifiable facts. Yes, hyperbole is a commonly used figure of speech, so let's make sure we use it wisely and to our advantage.